In this video, I'm going to show you how to hide system views or personal views within Dynamics 365 Customer Service Hub application. Now, if you see over here in the screen, like I'm logged into the Customer Service Hub application, and if I select a view selector, I can see a whole bunch of views. Now, what if I don't want to have those views defined, okay, or presented to the user? Now for me, what option I get is I click on manage and share views, and I can sort by personal before system or system before personal, and I can hide those views. So if I select here, I can hide those views. Now remember, this show and hide is for you. It is not applicable for an entire organization. So what if I want to hide, say, enhanced active cases, or maybe some views, so let me go to the personal views over here. So if I want to hide some of the view for my organization and not just for myself, so what are the options? So for that, what you need to do is you need to open the application. So if I click on Customer Service Hub, then I will open this application. If I click on three dot and I click on this open in app designer, then what it does is like it opens this app in the app designer, and I then have an ability to hide some of the cases. Okay, so let me show you. Go back to this and say, let me go and maybe let's stop those cases being followed. Okay, so if I go into this application, if I go into maybe services and cases, now in this model driven app designer, on the right hand side you will see views. Okay, now here you can hide all these views. Okay, so if I click on show more, then I can see a whole bunch of views listed over here. So what if I want to hide some of the views, say all cases from IoT alerts? So what I'm kind of do is, if I see from here, if I click on edit, then it will open this view in a different say designer. Okay, now there is no option from here basically to edit this view, right? So if I click on edit, then it will actually edit the view, which we don't want. We want to hide the view. So again, coming back to this, so there is no direct way for you to like edit those view in those app designer. So what are the other options? So other option is, if you click on the clock icon over here, click on advanced settings. So I've just clicked on advanced setting, and I can see this. If I go to settings customization, I go to settings customization, I click on customize the system, then I'll be presented with a backend screen which has this interface. Okay, so from here, if I select entities, and if I go into the correct entity, so my entity is case. So let me search for case. From here, if I go to case, I go to views. Now here I'll be able to see all the listed views. Okay, now these are the same view which I can see from the interface. So if I want to hide some of the views, okay, so let me go to set this one, cases being followed. Okay, if I click here, then I can, under more action, I can deactivate this. Okay, so if I click on deactivate, then that is gone. If I click on, say, other view, which say case opened in the last 7 days, I'll click here, I'll click on deactivate. Okay, now if you go into views, you can go to inactive public views, and here all the cases which you have deactivated is listed. So case opened in the last 7 days, cases being followed, all those things exist. So let me do publish all customization. So remember this view, cases being followed, case opened in the last 7 days, active cases with parent child status. It might take some time for this to publish. So if you see in the view, the cases which you have deactivated will not be visible in this particular screen. So active cases opened in the last 7 days. Now active cases with parent child status. Now here we have disabled this view, active cases with parent child status, cases being followed, cases opened in the last 7 days. Now those views will not be visible in this once this is published. Now that's how you enable or disable the views within the application. Now remember, I showed you first that you need to go into the designer, app designer, and edit this app. But in this particular interface there is no direct way for you to hide the view. Okay, now as I showed you, if you are in the correct case, so services under case, here under views you will see a drop option to edit this view. You can't hide specific views, and there is an option over here, include all views in the app. So if you just untick this, then turning this off will remove all views but the first one. However, you will able to individually add views back to the app if you need to. So let me turn this off. Okay. Now, once I turn this off, what has happened over here is like only active cases will be visible. Okay. Now, let me save this and publish this. Now, once that is published, let me refresh the screen. Now, once this is refreshed, you should only see one view. Okay, so just by going into editing the model driven app, we were able to hide all the views, and this is the only view which is visible. Now what if you want to see other views? So if you want to see all cases also along with it, click over here and just click on add. Okay, and here cases I follow, you click on add. Okay, now from here you can even remove this. Okay, so if you don't want cases I follow, you can remove this. If you want cases opened in the last 7 days, you can put it over here and again save and publish. So I showed you two options to enable or disable the view within the application. One is through the model driven app, which is not straightforward. You need to remember that you need to turn this off and then make those edits. Other option is to go into the backend, like the advanced setting, customize the system, and then once you customize the system, you can selectively enable or disable the view, or rather make that view inactive. Okay, and so this is how you enable or disable the view. And once things are published, you should be able to see the cases view which has been enabled or disabled in the interface. So like now I'm refreshing the screen. If you see here, it has active cases over here, but then once this is published completely and your screen is refreshed, then you should be able to see additional views. So there are three views which are enabled over here. Now once this is refreshed and the published changes are affected, then you should technically see more views. So that's it, folks. This is how you enable, disable the views within model driven app in Dynamics 365 Customer Service Hub application. Thanks for watching.